So yesterday we have seen a single inheritance. Single inheritance we have seen like a base class, and we have derived a child class from the base class. So this kind of inheritance is known as single inheritance or a simple inheritance. Now today we will see this multi-level hierarchy or multi-level inheritance. Now the multi-level inheritance is of the form one class, you derive another class out of it, and you derive another class out of it. So if you have this kind of a multi-level hierarchy, we can say that it is a multi-level inheritance. So let us try to understand this multi-level inheritance with the help of simple program. We have first class box, then we have derived box weight class from box class, and then this shipment class, it is derived from box weight class. So box weight and shipment. So this is an example of multi-level inheritance. Let's try to understand this. In the first class, that is box class, we have three variables: width, height and depth. All the variables are private to the class box. We have first constructor, second constructor, third constructor and fourth constructor. We are having 4 constructors for this class box. As we have seen these 4 constructors in our earlier program. And there is a volume function which recalculates the volume and returns the volume. So this is your normal base class, that is box. Now from this box class, we have created another class, that is box weight. So class box weight extends box. Extends box means class box weight is not a normal class, it is inherited class from class box. So features of the box will also be accessible in the class box weight. Box weight class has its own features. So weight of the box, double weight. This is a variable you have created inside box weight. This is constructor for box weight. This is another constructor for box weight. This is another constructor for box weight, and this is another constructor for box weight. We have created 4 constructors for the box weight class. Now the first constructor, that is box weight, it accepts another object of type box weight as an argument. It then calls, the first line here is super OB. Super basically refers to the parent class. Super refers to the parent class का variable, parent class function or parent class constructor. So here super OB, simply saying super OB, it means you are asking to call a appropriate parent class constructor. So super OB, so constructor in the parent class which accepts object as an argument. So this constructor gets called for this line. and it will initialize width, height and depth, and remaining weight variable is initialized over here. Another, we have a box weight class which accepts 4 arguments from the user, W, H, D and M. Out of these 4 arguments, we want only one argument, that is weight, to be initialized over here, and for remaining 3 arguments, we want this width, height and depth should be initialized. So here we have used super W, H, D. So 3 arguments we have asked ki call the parent class constructor which accepts 3 arguments. So here this constructor will get called. It will initialize width, height and depth, and the 4th argument will be used here to initialize the weight variable. The box weight class, the normal constructor, default constructor. So if you create a default box weight object, this default constructor gets called. You have written super, first call the super constructor, super class constructor, parent class constructor. So for this line, this default constructor will get called. Now the next is box weight class. So box weight is you accept 2 arguments from the user, use 1 argument to initialize the weight variable and pass 1 argument super length. So call the parent class appropriate constructor which accept 1 argument. So this constructor gets called for this line. So parent class width, height and depth will be initialized with the length variable. So this is your class box weight. Now you have created class box, you have created class box weight, and now here you are again adding a class to box weight class. So you are adding one class shipment here. So since shipment is a class, the shipment constructor, all 4 kinds of constructor you have written for the shipment class also. So shipment class का constructor which accepts one shipment kind of object. You have created one cost variable for say shipment class. Super OB will call the base class constructor, parent class constructor. In this case, the base class constructor is this one. So this OB will be passed to here, then from here it will pass to here. So width, height and depth will be initialized, then this weight will be initialized, and then this cost will be initialized. So here in all the kinds of discussion that we have seen now, you might have noticed that whenever a constructor of derived class gets called, first it gives a call to the base class constructor. Let us try to understand this with a simple example. Let's say you want to construct a 3-story building. Say ground floor, first floor, second floor and third floor. And you want to set up your office on the second floor. So you will say to the builder that I don't need ground floor, first floor to be constructed. Directly create a second floor for me and I'll start my office. You construct your ground floor and first floor later on. It is not the case. While constructing, you must create ground floor first, whether you want it or not. After that you have to create first floor, whether you want it or not. And after that you should create a second floor, third floor, whatever is expected. So when we create an object of shipment class, so constructor of a shipment class will get called. So constructor of shipment class, First, it will give a call to its parent class, that is box weight class. Let us call constructor of box weight class first. When this box weight class gets start executing, it will see that box weight class is not a normal class. It is also inherited class. From which class? Box class. So it will then first give call to the box class ka constructor. So first this box constructor will get executed completely, then this will get executed completely, and then this will get executed completely. So whenever you give a call to constructor, let's say you create a shipment ka default object. So this line will give call to this line, box weight constructor. Box weight constructor will give call to this constructor. Then this variable will be initialized. This variable will then be initialized, and then cost will be equal to -1. This is how the flow of constructor is. This is how the constructor flow is there in case of multi-level inheritance. Now, say we have created a class public static void main function, and inside main function let me create a shipment का object. Shipment class का मुझे object बनाना है. So shipment 1 is equal to new shipment 1 2 3 4 5. I have supplied 5 variables here. So I know constructor gets called automatically at the time of object creation. So constructor for the shipment class will get called automatically at this line. Now which constructor should get called? The constructor which is having 1 2 3 4 5 argument as a parameter, that constructor will get called. So let us search the constructor of the shipment class which accepts 5 parameters. So this is the constructor 1 2 3 4 5. So this constructor will get called when you create this object. So when you call this constructor, the first line says super and supply 4 arguments. Super and supply 4 arguments. So shipment class is derived from box weight class. So box weight class ka constructor which accepts 4 arguments. So this one 1 2 3 4, this accepts 4 arguments. So this super will give a call to this and supply this 4 values here. The first line is super WHD. So box weight class is derived from class box. So box class constructor which accepts 3 arguments. So this one, this super will give a call to this constructor. Then width is equal to W, height is equal to H, depth is equal to D will be initialized. Control will be back here. The next line will get executed, that weight is equal to M. Now the control will come here. Cost is equal to C. So this is how the flow of constructor is there in case of multi-level inheritance. Say here you create another object, shipment 2 is equal to new shipment 1 2 3 4 5. Again 5 parameters are there. Constructor will get called automatically at the time of object creation. So we have 3 or 4 constructors, 1 2 3 4 constructors. Out of available 4 constructors, which constructor will get called? The constructor which accepts 5 argument. So this constructor will get called. This will in turn will give a call to its parent constructor. This will again in turn will give a call to its parent constructor. The topmost parent class constructor will execute completely. Then this will get execute completely, and then this will get execute completely. Okay, this is how the flow of a constructor is there. And then you can call shipment 1.volume, shipment 1.weight, all the volume function you can call to print the volume of a volume and cost and all other details. You can simply call the functions. Now let us try to visualize this. Why this is happening? Why this calling is needed? Why this shipment function calls to box weight class? Why this box weight gives a call to box? Okay. Let us try to visualize. When we say we have a box class, so how your object of a box class will look like? Say here you will be having width, you will be having a height variable, and here you will be having a depth variable. Let us not write all those constructors. Okay, 3 variables will be there in the box class. How your box weight class will look like? This is your box weight class. How many variables you have in box weight class? Weight. And box weight class is not a normal class, it is an inherited class from class box. Okay, from class box. So box features will also come here in the derived class. But width, height and depth are marked as a private here. And yesterday we have seen private variables are not getting inherited. Now next, class shipment. Let us try to create an object of class shipment. How many variables we have? Cost. Okay. Now shipment is not a normal class, it is an inherited class from class box weight. From class box weight. How many variables you have in box weight class? Only weight variable. It is not a private, by default it is public, so it will be available over here. Weight, no issues. Box class के features in shipment class will come, but all the features in the box class are private, so they will not come. So this is your ground floor, this is your first floor, and this is your second floor. And from our story, if we want to use the shipment class, then first your ground floor should be ready, then your first floor should be ready, then your second floor will come. So to ready this ground floor, either of these constructors should get called, which will initialize the value of width, height and depth. To ready this first floor, either of these available constructor must be called, which will initialize the value of this weight. To ready this second floor, either of this constructor should be called, which will initialize the value of cost. Definitely weight value will also be assigned here. So this is how the flow of constructor, this is how your constructor gets called internally when you create an object of the most derived, because width, height and depth are private. अगर ये width, height and depth ये प्राइवेट नहीं होते, सपोज ये प्राइवेट नहीं लिखते हम, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग सुपर मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता width, width, width इज इक्वल टू ob डॉट width. यहाँ मैं लिख देता कि width इज इक्वल टू w, height इज इक्वल टू h, depth इज इक्वल टू d. यहाँ मैं लिखता width इज इक्वल टू -1, height is equal to -1, depth is equal to -1. I will directly access these variables here. अगर वो प्राइवेट नहीं होते तो, क्योंकि ये प्राइवेट है, I cannot write these variables here directly because they are private of the class box. वो प्राइवेट है, but I want to initialize those variables before I proceed with this weight initialization and cost initialization. That's why I am using super. I am simply saying super OB, go to super class and initialize whatever you want. I am not accessing this width variable, height variable and depth variable out of the class box. So there is no harm in that. So one example of super we have seen. Super has two general forms. The first calls the super class constructor. The program for this we have seen. And the second is used to access a member of the super class. Let's try to study both. Say here we have written box weight class and extends box. So box weight class is an inherited class from class box. So when you write a box weight class ka constructor, and the first line you write super with some parameters. So this super will call super class constructor. Okay, this line will give a call to constructor of a class box which accepts 3 arguments from the 3 arguments. So this is how this super keyword works with a constructor. Now if you want to use the super with the help of variables, so let's say you have a class A In the class A, you have one variable integer I. You create another class, class B. It is inherited from class A. Class B has its own variable integer I. So when you create an object of class A, you will have one variable I. When you create a object of class B, so class B has variable I. Okay, it is not a normal class, it is an inherited from class A, and it is not a private variable class A. So this I will also get inherited. So this will have two different I. So class B has access to two variables and both of them are I. So how will you differentiate between this I and this I? Like this. So if you refer super dot I is equal to some value, the super dot I will refer to this and normal I will refer to this variable I. So this is how, in case of inheritance, if the parent class and a child class has same variable or a same function, then if you use super dot variable name, so it refers to the base class variable, or super dot function name, it refers to the base class ka function. Basically, if you encounter a condition wherein you have a base class जिसमें कोई वेरिएबल है, चाइल्ड क्लास में भी सेम वेरिएबल आपको बनाना पड़ता है, सो इन दैट केस आप इस वेरिएबल आई और इस वेरिएबल आई में कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करोगे? दिस इज हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू डिफरेंशिएट. दिस इज द मॉरल, दिस इज द मोटो ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम. ठीक है. नाउ व्हेन कंस्ट्रक्टर्स आर कॉल्ड, सो वी हैव seen this a bit. Let us try to understand this with the help of program. Let's say you have a class A. In the class A, you have written one constructor, and inside the constructor you have written one simple message inside A's constructor. So whenever this constructor will be called, this message gets printed on the screen. Now from class A, we have created a class B. Class B extends A. So class B is derived from class A. We have class B ka constructor. A simple line is mentioned inside B's constructor, that is inside B's constructor. Whenever this constructor will be called, you will see this message on the screen. We created another class, class C. It extends class B, I mean this class. So A से B, from B to C, and we have C ka constructor inside C's constructor. Now we created a working class, public static void main, and inside that we have created an object of class C. हमने इस class का object बनाया. C is equal to new C constructor. We have created an object of class C. Now what will be the output of this program? What will be the output? See, when we create an object of type C, when we create an object of class C, we know the constructor gets called automatically at the time of object creation. So this constructor will get called at the time of this object creation. Now this constructor will see, am I the top base class, or am I getting extended, am I getting inherited from somebody else? So this is getting inherited from class B. So this will give a call to B का constructor before executing. इस line को execute करने के पहले, from this line it will give a call to B का constructor. At this line it will check, am I the supermost class, or am I getting inherited from somebody else class, some other class? Yes, I am getting inherited from class A. So from here it will give a call to this constructor. Now it will see, this is the top base class, it is a normal class, it is not getting inherited from anybody. So this will inherit, this will execute. So first line you will see as inside A constructor. Then from here the control will come back Then this line gets printed inside B's constructor. From this line, again the control will go back inside C's constructor, and from here again control will go back here and your program will finish. So this is how the flow of program is in case of multi-level inheritance and in case of you have a constructor in. Okay. Now the next topic is method overriding. Method overloading we have discussed. Method overloading means in a same class, if you have two or more functions with the same name, but their parameters, their arguments are different, then this scenario we refer to as a method overloading. Method overloading. Now, what is method overriding? Method overriding means you have two classes, class A and class B. You have an inheritance in place. Class B is inherited from class A. And in class A, you have a function void show or any other function. And in class B also you have the same function void show. If you have this kind of a scenario in your program, we refer to it as a method overriding. Let me repeat again. What is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? In method overloading, in a same class, no need of inheritance for method overloading. If it is there, no issues, but if it is not there, it's also okay. Method overloading, in a same class, if you have two or more functions with the same name, but their argument, their parameters are different, then this scenario is referred to as method overloading. Method overriding. When a method in subclass has the same name and type signature as the method in its superclass, means base class, child class is there. In the base class, void show. In the child class, void show. Same method, same signature. Everything is same. If this scenario is there, then we call it as a method overriding. Method overriding scenario. See, the program is, you have a class A. For class A, you have two variables, I and J. You have written a constructor for class A. You accept two arguments from the user from the main function, and you initialize the value of I and J with these values of A and B. You have a show function written for class A. It displays the system.out.println, it displays the value of I and value of J onto the screen. This is the simple class. Now in another class, class B, you extends A. Class B inherits class A. There is a k variable, integer k. You have a constructor for class B which accepts 3 arguments from the user. Out of the 3 arguments, this first line will give a call to this constructor with 2 arguments to initialize the value of I and J. And third argument is used here to initialize the value of k. Now the void show function which displays the value of k. So these are 2 classes. Now class override, some random name, last name of your choice, the main function. Now you create, now if I create a class A, object of class A, what are the contents of object? I, J and show function. When I create object of class B, what will I have? K variable, this B class ka show function, Now B is not a normal class, it is inherited from class A. तो class A के features भी यहाँ inherit होके आएंगे. I and J will come here. They are not declared as private, so they will come here. This show, A का show function will also come here. Now what all things I have in the derived class? I have I variable, J variable, K variable and two show functions. One show function of class B and one show function which is inherited from class A. Now I have two show functions with me in the class B. I have created an object of class B. And if I, with the use of this object, if I call show function, so out of these two show functions, which one should get called? Now it has two show functions, this show and this show. Which show function would get called? Say you have a car, Honda City car, जो आपके parent के पास है. You liked it so much that you started earning and you purchased the same car. Same white color, same model, same everything. And on one fine day, you want to go for a drive. Both the keys are available on the table. Which one would you choose?
My own car.
You will choose your own car because both the car are same model, same version, same color, everything is same. Definitely we'll choose the new one. So this show function is the older one. This show function is the newer one. So given a chance, both are same. The object of class B will always give a call to its own function. This is method override.